today's full day of eating, guys. In today's full day of eating, we are still going for a low calorie sort of day, so probably around the 1700 calorie marker, but we're using new ingredients. So today, the main ingredient for breakfast is turkey sausages. I used to eat these all the time when I was a kid because my dad doesn't eat pork, so we used to often buy these. They taste really, really good. You can buy them at Asda. Other places may sell them, but Asda is the one that I can co-sign that tastes pretty good. So here you have it, a nice, quick and simple and tasty meal. Calories will be on screen. It's roughly around 530 calories and around 48 to 50 grams of protein. Very, very simple, and obviously without the pitta, it'll take it down to the 400s. Anyways, peeps, I'm going to finish this off. Then what I'm going to do is go to the gym. I will also go with, you know what, I'll go with the grape for my pre-workout today. What is good, folks? I've not long stepped in from the gym, but some dude was banging off my door, and it turns out it was a delivery. Heavy box, but it turns out it looks like my girlfriend. She ordered a bunch of monsters. So she has ordered the new watermelon one, pineapple one, and the regular white. So yeah, I thought I might as well show you those, even though I don't believe you should live off any drinks. But I will say, if you haven't tried any of these two new flavors, they're delicious. Anyways, as for the next thing I'm going to have, because I'm not actually that hungry since I've come in, what I'm going to have is one large banana, and I'm probably going to have whey protein. So it's basically a whey protein scoop, but it just has like blended in caffeine, so it kind of wakes you up a bit. So I'm going to have these two now, I'll make it in a minute. Oh shit, and according to my girlfriend, she did not order these, so I'm going to assume, because my birthday is on the 30th of April, I have a feeling they might be my boss, because last year he ordered me a bunch of monsters, so it must be him, because she's saying she didn't order it. Alright folks, the next thing is cooked. Alright folks, the next thing is cooked. The full pan comes up to around 600 calories and around 70 grams of protein. So if you split it in half, you got 35 grams of protein per sitting. So you can eat this in 2 sittings. Or personally, I would probably have this now and then maybe in about hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, finish off the pan before I eat the next meal. So this is kind of like almost meal 2 and 3, just because it's nice and filling. You can even make this much more volume but add even more veg. If you want to make this a little bit more tasty, you can add cheese to it as well to make it a little bit more flavoursome, but obviously that's going to push the calories up. Also, one thing I would have probably added if I had any in stock in my house I forgot to buy is pasta sauce. Pasta sauce is very low calorie and it just adds a little bit extra taste. Alright peeps, I am back and I'm reusing my plate just because it saves on washing. But yeah, so it's been like about an hour and a half. I'm getting a little bit hungry again. So what I'm going to do is basically finish off the rest of the pasta. I've warmed it up a bit, so it's ready to eat. I do that probably a good few times a week. Anytime I have mincemeat or sometimes salmon, because there's 2 fillets in a pack, I will make a whole pan's worth and then split the meal I make into like 2 portions that I'll probably eat on the same day. Unless I get sick of it, then I'll eat it the next day. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes and I've finished that. So I've got a small bowl of blueberries here. And I'm also going to have another banana, but I'm going to go for a small one this time. Just because I have no apples. So I'm going to have that as my like post-meal snack. By the way, depending on how you weigh your banana, depending on what option you pick in MyFitnessPal, if you weigh it peeled, then obviously take off the skin. For a small banana, it's roughly around 30 grams. For a larger one, it's more around 40-ish. But I would still do it yourself, just at least once so you kind of know. But yeah, anyways, going to eat this now. Alright folks, I'm back again for the last meal, and what we're going to go for is French toast. I haven't had it in a minute and I feel like eating something sweet. Alright, so the low calorie ingredients is egg whites, bread. Realistically, you should probably have a lower calorie bread, but this is the one that I like. It's about 98 calories per slice. Then we got vanilla flavor drops, which is also 0 calories, cinnamon, and also sweetener instead of sugar. Thankfully, the French toast recipe is a very simple but yet very tasty recipe. I will shout out to Greg Doucette, he's the one that brought it to my attention a couple of years ago now. And for those those of you that don't know, even though you should by now if you ever watch my channel, all you have to do now is mix all the ingredients in there basically, put the bread in, flip it a few times, make sure that the pan is hot. And the reason we want the pan hot is so when you put the bread on there, it kind of sears the bottom so egg whites isn't leaking out the bottom, aka you're losing gains then. Boom! Any excess you have, pour it on top slowly so it seeps into the bread. Now this bit's optional, but you can put the lid on. I personally do for a bit just because it makes it kind of puff up even thicker. And this is a very quick recipe to make. Typically I'd have blueberries and bacon or sausages with it as well, but for being honest, my appetite ain't really right there today. So that's a key tip as well. If when you try and flip over the bread, it's stuck to the pan, or it's just you see bits of the actual bread and egg still stuck to the pan, it means that the pan wasn't hot enough when you first put the bread on, because the whole point is, as I said, to sear the bottom so it doesn't get stuck to it, and obviously make sure you've sprayed it so it's actually easy to come off. But it should be like a nice smooth process. You shouldn't see bits of egg and bread stuck to the pan because then you kind of messed up. And guys, if you look at the bread, like I told you, if you look in here, as you can see, because I put the lid on, the bread is starting to puff up, which is great. So you just keep flipping it over a few times until you feel like it's thoroughly cooked. Here we have it guys, 2 simple French toasts. This is probably the most basic French toast I've made in ages. There's no blueberries, there's no bacon, there's no sausages, there's no some sort of fruit. It's just very simple. It's like probably the first version I ever made. Tastes good. Just having it with some pancake syrup. And what else I'm going to have with it, because I feel like I've got a sweet tooth, so I'm going to have like an iced lot afterwards because I feel like having something sweet. So in terms of the actual calories, this meal here, as in just a French toast bit, should come up to around 230 calories. And protein, well, you'll see it on screen, it's all going to be there. And in terms of this little iced lot I'm going to have afterwards, that comes up to 55 calories. So the total calories for the day should be on screen. It's between 1700 and 1800 calories. Simple, low calorie day that you can try out. You can make today even more volume. There's areas in today where I could have definitely puffed out the meals even further by adding more veg and more fruits. But this was just today's simple basic meal, especially as my fridge is not actually that full today. Anyways people, hope you enjoyed the video. If so, give it a thumbs up, highly appreciate it, and I'll make another one soon.